It's the 10th day since Russia invaded Ukraine, and Ukrainian officials say attacks are continuing despite a ceasefire designed to allow thousands of people to leave. The United Nations estimates that more than 1.2 million persons have fled Ukraine for safety. And despite the ceasefire agreed by both countries to allow civilians evacuate to Ukrainian cities, have fallen apart hours after it was announced. The Ukrainian side accused Russian troops of taking advantage of the ceasefire to advance their positions, with Mariupol and Volnovakha coming under extremely heavy shelling for several days.
The ceasefire agreed between Russia and Ukraine to allow civilians leave the Ukrainian city of Mariupol and Volnovakha has fallen apart just after it was announced, as Russia continues shelling the key southern city. Russia resumes its offensive on strategic port city of Mariupol after a temporary ceasefire failed, with allegations of violations by both sides. According to Ukraine officials, attacks continue despite a ceasefire agreed to allow thousands of people leave. Protests have broken out in Kherson, the only big city to have been captured by Russia so far. Ukraine's president has condemned NATO for ruling out a no-fly zone.
НАТО свідомо ухвалили рішення не закривати небо над Україною. Ми вважаємо, що країни НАТО самі створили наратив, що начебто закриття неба над Україною спровокує пряму агресію Росії проти НАТО. Це самогіпноз.
The UN Refugee Agency has warned that the number of Ukrainian refugees could exceed 1.5 million people.
It is indeed one of the biggest refugee crises for many decades. Remember probably the Rohingya 5 years ago fleeing Myanmar. These were 800,000 people, but over 12 or 14 weeks now, we had the same figure here after just 5 days.
Russia's flagship carrier has announced that it will halt all international flights except to Belarus starting from March the 8th. The move by Russia's biggest state-owned airline comes after the country's aviation agency recommended that all Russian airlines with foreign leased planes halt both passenger and cargo flights abroad. It cited high risk of foreign leased planes being impounded as part of Western sanctions that ban leasing of planes to Russia.